A seance has been held in the great house at Collinwood. A seance which has suspended time and space and sent Victoria Winters on an uncertain and frightening journey into the past, back to the year 1795. As that journey nears its end, one more person will soon pay the price for learning the terrifying secret of the Collins family.
You shouldn't have come up here, Mrs. Collins. Mrs. Collins, we can't stay here. Please, you've got to come with me.
It was Barnabas. It was Barnabas. What does it mean? Am I losing my mind? What is it? What is it?
I ain't sure I know how to tell you. Just know you ain't losing your mind. There's still hope, Mrs. Collins. Still hope.
Hope for what?
Mr. Barnabas. He ain't dead.
But I was with him when he died. I watched them put him in the same coffin I just saw him in now.
He's been alive all the time. I know that sounds impossible to believe, but it's true. Mr. Barnabas is under some kind of terrible curse. It's like a sleeping sickness he's got.
A sleeping sickness? You mean he doesn't wake up?
That's right.
How did it happen to him? Why didn't Joshua tell me, or you? Why did you all keep it from me?
He didn't want to break your heart. He was cursed, Mrs. Collins. Cursed by a witch.
A witch? You're not telling me the truth, Ben.
I swear it's true.
I don't believe we were wrong about Miss Winters.
It wasn't Miss Winters. She's innocent. The witch is Angelique.
Angelique? Then you told the truth in court.
Aye.
If my son is still alive, why is he in the coffin? Why aren't we trying to help him?
It's part of the curse. He mustn't leave the coffin till the curse is lifted.
I must know everything. You've got to tell me.
I know how you must feel, Mrs. Collins, but I don't know no more. That's why Mr. Joshua went to Boston, to try and get help, to find a way to break the curse.
You're absolutely certain about the coffin?
What do you mean?
That Barnabas hasn't left it since the night we thought he died?
Aye, I'm certain.
Then Lieutenant Forbes lied to me.
Lieutenant Forbes?
Yes.
Does he know about Mr. Barnabas?
He knows he's up in the tower room. He was the one who told me to go up there.
What else did Lieutenant Forbes tell you?
He told me that Barnabas was responsible for the stranglings in Collinsport.
I warned him to leave people alone. I warned him to stop his lying and troublemaking. I warned him what I'd do. Don't worry, Mrs. Collins. He won't hurt you ever again. He won't hurt anybody ever again.
Where are you going, Ben?
I'm gonna find him and fix him good.
No. I want you to stay here.
There's nothing we can do for Mr. Barnabas now. Not till Mr. Joshua comes back. I told him I'd kill him with my bare hands, and that's what I'm going to do.
No. I don't want you to do anything to Lieutenant Forbes. I'll take care of him.
He don't deserve any consideration from you.
He won't get any. I know how to handle him now. I need you to attend to something else. I want you to have a carriage in front of the house in half an hour.
What for?
I want you to take Daniel into town. I want you to take him to the Reverend Bland's. You must leave him there. I want to stay here. I want him to stay there. He isn't safe here.
Has Forbes done something else?
We haven't time to discuss that now. Just do as I tell you and be quick about it.
Well, ma'am, it'll be night soon, and...
And what?
Would it be possible for Riggs to take the boy into the village?
Why don't you want to do it?
Well,
Is there something you haven't told me?
No, ma'am. There's nothing.
Then you will take Daniel into the village. I'll go up and get some of his things together, and you will wait outside with the carriage.
What are you staring at? I asked you a question, Stokes. What's the matter with you?
You're a lucky man, Lieutenant.
Lucky?
Aye. To be alive.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I thought I'd met a fine collection of scum when I was in prison. Thieves, cutthroats, blackmailers, mean, murderous, evil men, all of them. But there was none of them could compare to you. Oh, you dress fancy and you talk better, but down inside you're the foulest one of the lot.
A servant in this house. How dare you speak to me like that?
Take orders from the master of this house. You ain't the master here, and you never will be.
Don't count on that, Stokes.
Your scheming ain't gonna turn out the way you want it to. It's little Daniel you're after now, ain't it?
Oh, I see. You've been listening to the boy's wild stories.
Boy didn't have to tell me nothing. He's got all the money now, and money's all you care for. So you ain't gonna get his because he ain't gonna be here for you to take it away from him.
What do you mean?
I'm taking him into the village tonight, where he'll be safe from you.
I forbid you to take the boy anywhere.
I take orders from the Collins family, not from you.
Who gave you that order?
Mrs. Collins.
I see. Well, Stokes, if I'm such a menace to the boy, why have you been telling me all of this?
Maybe I want you to try and stop me. Aye, that's it. You see, Mrs. Collins already stopped me from doing what I wanted once today. But if you was to try and stop me, it'd give me another chance. And it'd give me great pleasure to kill you, Lieutenant.
Who went out?
Yes.
He should not open and close that door so quickly. It causes such a frightful draught.
Come in here, Millicent.
Have you
I
ever
want to speak
noticed
with
that
you.
the moment Cousin Joshua leaves, all the servants began to use the front door. It is quite scandalous. Nathan, why are you closing the doors?
Do you have any idea what's going on upstairs?
Upstairs?
Your cousin Naomi is getting ready to send Daniel away from Collinwood.
Oh, that. Yes, I saw her packing Daniel's things.
You mean to say you knew about it?
Yes, of course.
And you were willing to let her get away with it?
Nathan, you sound as if you think Cousin Naomi is doing something wrong.
Yes, I think it's wrong. She has no right to make decisions for Daniel. He's your brother, not hers.
Why are you getting so upset?
Because you're not getting upset.
But there is no reason to be.
Oh, yes, there is. She has no legal right to do what she's doing. He's your responsibility, and mine. Didn't we agree that we were going to sign the papers, making me his legal guardian?
What? Yes. But...
All right, now, you listen to me. You're going to go upstairs, and you're going to tell Naomi that Daniel is to stay in this house. Do you understand?
Nathan, she isn't sending him away permanently.
Millicent, you just do as I say.
And the truth is, I think there is some wisdom in what Cousin Naomi is doing.
You what?
I do not think it is safe for Daniel to be in this house as long as the witch is here.
Don't talk about the witch.
You don't believe me, do you? You think I'm making up a story about the witch, but I'm not.
I don't care about the witch. I can take care of her when the time comes. What I am concerned about now is Daniel.
You needn't worry about him anymore, Lieutenant, because he's gone. Don't leave yet, Lieutenant. We have some talking to do.
Where did you send Daniel?
That is not any of your business.
You had no legal right to do what you did.
I will not be lectured about legal rights by someone who has so little respect for the law.
You know that you're making a very great mistake, don't you?
Oh, no, Lieutenant. It is you who are making all the mistakes.
I think you'll feel differently if you go up and see what's in the tower room, Mrs. Collins.
I have already been up in the tower room.
You didn't find Barnabas?
What I found is not important.
Well, I think it is.
But what is important is that the lie you told me is even more vicious than the one you told about Miss Winters at the trial, if that's possible.
I admit that at the trial what I did was out of necessity, but I assure you, Mrs.
I am not the least interested in hearing what you have to say, Lieutenant, because I have something to say to you, and I suggest that you listen carefully.
Very well, Mrs. Collins, proceed.
I now know why my husband has been behaving strangely lately. It's because you have been blackmailing him.
Oh, now, Mrs. Collins.
Oh, don't try to deny it, because I know the whole story, the true story. And I will tell it to Joshua when he returns, and he will see that you leave this house permanently.
But your husband already knows the true story.
And furthermore, you will leave without Millicent.
Mrs. Collins, if I leave, which I shall not do, you cannot keep Millicent from following me. She is my wife.
Well, it can be easily annulled. Millicent will stay here, and Joshua and I will care for her and Daniel.
Have you finished, Mrs. Collins?
No, Lieutenant. Not until you've gone.
You say you know the true story. May I ask you what you think that is?
I don't see why not. It is true that Barnabas is still alive. But the other things you've said about him are not true.
Did he tell you that?
No. Ben Stokes told me the truth. Ben told me that Barnabas was under some kind of spell, sort of a sleeping sickness, and he couldn't move from where he is. So you see, it's quite impossible for him to have committed all the crimes you've accused him of.
Did you believe that story?
Ben had no reason to lie.
But Ben did lie.
I saw Barnabas myself. He was unconscious, the same way...
Mrs. Collins, I don't know what you saw, and I don't care. I only know what I saw myself. And judging from that, I can understand why Barnabas needed much rest during the day, because he kept a very heavy schedule at night.
You bluffed me once before, Lieutenant. You're not going to bluff me again.
You believe that I'm bluffing, Mrs. Collins? Every attack that's taken place at this town has taken place at night. You go to that tower room yourself tonight, and you'll discover that Barnabas is not there. But you go into the town, and you may find that Barnabas is there searching for a new victim.
You're lying.
No, Mrs. Collins, I don't need to lie. I know that Barnabas is the strangler. I've seen him attack someone.
I don't believe you.
I saw him attack a woman named Maud Browning on the docks at Collinsport. I got there in time so that he hadn't been able to kill her. He fled the scene, but I got a good look at him, and it was Barnabas.
I won't listen to this.
Maud was so frightened she was going to leave Collinsport, but she didn't get a chance, Mrs. Collins. Later that same night, Barnabas found her again, and he strangled her.
I won't listen to you. I don't believe anything you're saying.
You don't have to listen to it, Mrs. Collins. You don't even have to believe a thing. All you have to do to know that I am telling the truth is to go to that tower room after dark. I promise you that you will not find Barnabas there.
It's dark outside. I don't want to go up to that room. It can't be true. It can't be true.
Mad if I stay in this room. I must go somewhere. Find someone, no matter what the consequence. No. There is someone here, of course. Millicent. Can you hear me, Millicent? I must see you. Come to me. Come to me. Millicent. Millicent. Come to me.
Yes, Cousin Barnabas. I will meet you. I will go wherever you ask me to go.
Millicent, what are you doing?
You startled me.
I'm sorry. I heard you talking to someone. Who was it?
No one.
But I heard you, Millicent.
I was just remarking to myself about the pleasantness of the evening. As a matter of fact, I was considering taking a walk in the night air.
I think you should stay in the house.
No, I must go out.
You must.
I want to.
So unlike you. You always complain about the night air.
I think probably that has been my problem. Shunning the pleasures of life that come so naturally to others. Good night, Cousin Naomi.